Hello everyone, welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Leo for the week of June 22nd. And at this time I'd like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And for all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched, also hitting the like button. Thank you. And of course, always the lovely comments. It is so nice to hear from each and every one of you. And I do truly thank you for taking time out of your busy day to leave such nice comments. So thank you very much for doing all of that for me. All right. Ooh, the World card. So starting fresh. You wanted to get something going for a while and you were just trying to figure out how to do it. You know, you've had it coming at you for a while, but there's, you know, a completion here before you get this next accomplishment off the ground. But there's fulfillment, there's travel plans, there's celebration of life. You finally arrived in a much more content spot this week. You're feeling like you belong where you're at. Things are going along quite nicely. Things are really starting to come together for you. So you're excited about getting started. And there your excitement for sure. You know, there's travel plans here with the Knight of Swords. So definitely, and it looks like a trip. Unexpected, but a trip. It's going to be a fast one, but exciting. Like, you know, maybe you won some raffle tickets to take a trip somewhere and you are all about it, like charging ahead, moving forward on this. You know, there's a few relationships in your life that are starting to peter out of your life, you know, and that's okay. It happens in everybody's life. But you're also realizing for some people around you recently, they were always trying to win at all costs. And that cost you mentally, so it cost them the loss of your friendship. So you've been listening to the gossip and, you know, filtering it as best you can, taking it with a grain of salt. But you are definitely going to speak your mind to somebody this week. And you're not holding back on your words. It's just been brewing for a while. So you're definitely going to deal with it. And the Star card. Okay. Yep, you really are starting something fresh here. You know, all your hopes are coming to fruition. You know, you're feeling much calmer about, you know, your future. Things are really starting to come together much more easier. You're feeling more fortunate in your steps going forward, realizing that, you know, there's not so much rejection as acceptance in your life right now. So that's very positive. And the Empress, yeah, sitting back, enjoying your life right now, feeling in a much more content place. There's abundance, you're nurturing, you're feeling accomplished. And there's all kinds of growth coming in all areas of your life, which is really nice because you've been thinking about it and, you know, the universe has been listening. So it is bringing you to that place of, you know what, I'm doing okay for myself. That sort of mindset. And the Strength card, look at the strength that you have and the determination going forward. Understanding it's your time to shine. There's courage, there's passion, stability, power in your words and your actions. You know, you're following your inner strength. You're very focused this week on accomplishing something. And you'll do it because that's just who you are. When you decide to put your mind to something, nothing slows you down. You just, you know, if something gets in the way, you maneuver. But you are really feeling much stronger about yourself this week. 10 of Cups, happy home, happy life, celebration, happy get-togethers. Things are really starting to come together for you in the home front. You know, you're starting to feel right place, right time. People are accepting you for who you are. You know, you're feeling a blissful happiness in all your relationships, family, friends, relatives, co-workers, people you meet on the street. You're just feeling more optimistic about your future. There's more fulfillment here. A few of your dreams are coming to, reality, and it just opens you up to receiving more because it's coming your way. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles. You're studying something or taking a course in something that perks your interest, and it is going to increase your finances. People see the potential in you. They have no doubt in that you can accomplish whatever it is that they put before you to move you up the corporate ladder. And that's where you're at this week. You are really accomplishing something for yourself. Something that you were looking into. Some of you are looking into making investments for the future, all those sort of different aspects of your life. And it's really starting to come together. But this is a course of excitement for you because it gives you a few more answers to some questions that you've had running around for a while. So that's really nice to see. But you're passionate about this. This is a partnership that's coming together for you, for some of you as well. You're mastering some skills that are required, but you are still stepping up in your future. 7 of Swords, yeah, moving away from negativity, moving away from doubtful people that's been holding you back in some cases for a while. Taking credit where it's not theirs, betrayals, disappointments, people getting away with some things that really irk you, and you're trying not to take that stuff home anymore. So you're taking action on yourself. You're moving away from a situation that you're not sharing with anybody else that you're doing this. You're just moving on. You have already come to that understanding that you're done where you're at and it's time to move in a new direction. So good on you for recognizing the change that needs to take place. And the 6 of Swords. Okay. Some of you are actually thinking of physically moving from an area that you have been living at for a while. Pardon me, my throat seems to be a little bit scratchy. And moving on to calmer shores because you want people that appreciate you and what you bring to the table. I don't blame you. Looks like you've been going against the current for a while. People aren't, appreciating who you are, what you bring, what you have, what you've accomplished. And it really has slowed you down a bit. And you don't want to be that way anymore. So you want to change your whole perspective in your life. And you're realizing for some of you, it's going to take you to moving into a new direction, a new place of residence, a new job in some cases. But you are willing now to take that leap of faith because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel and you're not holding back anymore. You're understanding that it's time for you to take that next step for your own good. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Definitely investing in yourself. Making good investments for your future. Putting away some money, investing in some other people. Maybe you're going into business with somebody. And it really is a new start for you. And you are helping yourself go forward on this. So I really like that. Things are really starting to come together for you here. Hangman, yeah. You've been talking to getting some good information, some good feedback. You're letting go of some things that maybe some thoughts that you had from the past, then you're finding out that, oh, that really isn't true. Those sort of accomplishments in yourself, you're viewing things very differently with the new knowledge that you've acquired recently. And it helps you to get a different perspective, not only on yourself and your circumstances, but where you're going to go from here, because it really helps you to open up that path to making change, to releasing things, and being more optimistic in your steps. Yeah, Queen of Swords, nice. Strength, determination, moving forward. You're developing more courage in your own words, believing in yourself, what you're speaking. And it really helps you to open more doors as well. And you're telling the truth. You're facing the facts of, what it's going to take for you to make this new step for yourself, but you're still willing to forge forward, at all costs. You're understanding it's going to need a little give and take before everything smooths itself out, but you have found your own independence recently, and it really helps you not only in the growth area of all areas of your life, family, job, friends, and you have a different perspective on the outcome as well. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, maybe you've had a little bit of a loss here, it looks like, for some of you. A little bit of unexpected finances. And it really gives you that look at, okay, I've taken their advice, and that's not quite what I wanted. So you're correcting yourself. You're realizing what it takes to fulfill you financially, your own independence, and you're moving in that direction. You still listen to the advice, as good or bad as it was, but it also helped you to realize you can go through with what you want from here. And the Nine of Swords. Yeah, look at you. You're just, oh, God love you. You're worn out. You've been going at this for a while for many of you, and it's just stress and worry, and nobody else probably even can see it in you, but you're starting to feel it physically, and it's taking a toll, and you're realizing you need to change something so that this changes. And so you're just removing yourself, resting a little bit more, eating a little bit better, giving yourself that time to regenerate. Stop overthinking, overanalyzing, letting things flow as best you can naturally, and then try to correct some stuff. But right now you're a little bit stressed this week. Something has come up, and it really set you back a little bit. Just temporary, because you're overstressing and worrying about something. And once you release it, which I know is always easier said than done, it will help you to recenter, rebounce back. And the Ace of Rods, well, there it is, your bounce back. I love it. This is your spark of inspiration. New opportunities are really knocking on your door. Looks like for many of you, there's a new career on offer, a new creative project, something you can really sink your teeth into, and you're really happy. It makes you feel good to go to work in the morning, and that can be working out of your own garage, by the way. You don't have to be working for somebody independent. You can be doing that yourself. But you are really energized. This is something that is really speaking to you. So this opportunity that has just arrived is giving you that clear thoughts for your future again. So you're feeling more inspired, out with the old, in with the new, and see what happens. And you are really ready to see what's coming for you. And the Hermit, yeah. You're taking that time out for yourself. Like you are really have learned recently to do a withdrawal. Instead of going into situations like, you're making a withdrawal. You're holding back a little bit, taking time to rethink and really have a good look at the circumstances in your life before you make that next step. And right now you are just, you got the offer. You're thinking about it. You're really weighing the pros and cons before you step into it. You will still accept it, but you're doing it much more slower than you normally would, because you want to make sure this is the right move for you now. Yeah, Page of Swords, defending what you believe. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of some disagreements going on around you in relationships. Natural. But it's nothing that's going to hold you back. You have already realized you're stepping into a new power within yourself. So it helps you to speak what's on your mind. You know, you do it very tactfully. It's not like you just roar at people. You really choose your words carefully. You're quite capable of that. You choose your weapons wisely before you take that next step. But you are definitely taking on a new project here for you. Now, whether that's in your job, your home life, you know, but you are definitely changing your direction. You're trying something totally new. Wow. All right. Huh? And your Six of Pentacles. See? People coming to offer you help. You help others whether you realize it or not sometimes. I don't think you give yourself enough credit to how much you care about those who you care about. Like you really do try to help them as best you can. Some of you try to help them financially. Some of you try to help them with wisdom. But whatever this is for you, this is now people giving back to you, helping you. And you're learning to accept it with grace because you've earned that. So that's really nice to see for you. You're learning the true meaning of give and take. And it's a hard lesson for you. All right, and your Oracle card. Take steps to ensure your financial security of your children and other loved ones. See? Making wise investments or planning for retirement. Honoring your family traditions. And there you go. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely talk to you again next week. Bye for now.